Hey guys, judging with what is currently going on in Nigeria, you can understand the game plan that APC wants to take over the country. They want to push all opposition party aside. Now that they call one party system. And by then, when Nigeria operates one party system, now you say democracy don't go be that. When you have an active opposition, it checkmates the other party. Whenever then they do anything when not good, you go see them, then they talk. And they then go they comport themselves. But with what is going on right now, this is what APC is trying to do. They want to wipe out all opposition party in Nigeria so that they will take over the country. And this is really very deadly. Talking about the appeal court judgment in Kano, in Zamfara, and the past elections last Saturday, the off-cycle governorship election that took place on November 11, Nigerians are really bothered and worried. Tinubu and Ganduje should not play with fire in Kano. Farouk Berego. Nai talk this one from Atlanta. The Court of Appeal on Friday upheld the verdict of the Kano State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal that revised the electoral triumph of NNPP Governor Haba Yusuf of Kano State. I sincerely hope this assault on justice is not the spark that ignites an inferno in Kano and in the country. The signs had been evident since early October that a determination had been made that irrespective of the fact that flawed, pre-planned judgment of the election petition tribunal must be preserved at all costs. For example, on October 6, the head of the legal department of INEC in Kano State by the name of Suleiman Alake wrote a curious letter stating that INEC, which had declared NNPP Yusuf as the valid elected winner of the governorship election in Kano, was no longer interested in defending its declaration. I have been instructed by the Commission headquarters that INEC, as an umpire, has no reason to appeal any judgment, he wrote. Consequently, the National Commission in charge of legal service and National Commissioner in charge of Kano Zone directed that the appeal be withdrawn and all processes for all appeals should be forwarded to the Kano office. In response to the joint and outrage that the letter generated, Sam Olumekon, the INEC's National Commissioner and the chairman of its Information and Voter Education Committee, said Ali Kele wasn't authorized to write the letter, pointing out that the letter has since been withdrawn and the office reprimanded. We weren't told the nature of the reprimand because it was a lie. That was exactly what played out when INEC acted in court with Ahmed Lawal to steal APC badge, Yobe North Senatorial District primary win, which the Supreme Court affirmed in a shameless show of what I call judiciary banditry. Retired Justice Musa Datjo Mohammed quoted his colleagues' quotation of my observation censure of the Supreme Court in a parting shot of his colleagues, even though he and his colleague did not give me credit and silently misquoted me. I said in a February 6 article titled Lawan and Supreme Court of Shameless Judiciary Bandits that Nigerian Supreme Court is without a doubt a rotten Google of useless purchasable judiciary bandits, the highest bidder get their judgment that Joe used voter when I use rotten. Anyway, on September 5th, 2022, an INEC lawyer by the name of Onyebuchi Ikpeazu San had filed an affidavit at the Federal High Court to discredit the result of his own election that had declared Machina as the winner of the Yobe North APC senatorial primary election. In the aftermath of the shock and fury that attended this, Festus Konye, at the time INEC's National Commissioner and the chairman of its Information and Voter Education Committee, Festus repudiated Ikpeazu's affidavit and said the commission will review its quality assurance protocols, including the preview by appropriate ranking officials of all processes filed on his behalf to ascertain their correctness in all material particulars, with all reports and all information at his disposal before their presentation, so that a situation like this is not repeated. Well, that situation was repeated in Kano in October this year, almost exactly a year later. It seems to be a well-practiced pattern. INEC first files a kit, since how high it files them crashes it. But the whole point is to prepare the minds of the public for what is being hunched, as so to minimize its shock value when it finally materializes. If the outcome of the Ahmed Lawal and Bash Machina case is only guide, it means INEC is deeply complicit in Ganjude's chinercy and plot to steal Yusuf governorship. It might also mean that the judiciary bandit I talked about at the Supreme Court are waiting in the wings to feast on another stolen electoral dinner. I hope I am wrong. The second indication that this appeal court judgment was a well-rehearsed theater came when the appeal court completed its deliberations on November 6, but deferred its judgment until November 17, and then requested that security be heightened in Kano in anticipation of the publicizing of his judgment. Only people in a dry run for the abortion of justice asked for integrity protection from their potential victims. As I pointed out in my September 23rd, 2023 colony titled, Why the Kano Verdict Can't Stand, it's apparent that the former Kano State Governor and the current APC National Chairman, Abdullahi Ganduje, has resolved to dim all consequences and use the federal might at his disposal to waste the power that his party and the flicky lost to Rabiu Kwankwaso and his son-in-law in the governorship election. APC appears intent to get back through judiciary manipulation what is lost through the ballot box. I wrote, it is a higher order, more sophisticated, less primitive version of the board-day electoral hitched they preparated in 2019 after the former governor Abdullahi Gandude lost to the same Abba Yusuf. This is coming from Farik Baruge. Nigeria is lost. That is the truth. INEC. Mahmoud Yakubu will never be forgotten in a hurry. So guys, let's hear from you. Kindly share your thoughts below the comment section and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you.